so much going on. And now you know who he is. Now you know who Rick is all about. If you listen, if you get the subtext of this scene. So, what must happen? What's the purpose, the overall plot purpose of this scene?
What introduces the Maslow way?
Yeah, this is the first time Rick hears about the exit, the desire or the need for exit visas for Laszlo. But what else is happening along the way? What else is? What do you see? What's being picked up in the dialogue, Tom?
I've read the screenplay, and the moment he says we'll need 2 tickets for the woman he's with, it seemed more obvious in the screenplay that Rick has an interest in that woman. It was a bit more. That was sort of been here.
But he doesn't know it's Elsa.
No. No. But under that cynical shell.
That's what was going on. I think he was trying to expose that Rick is actually will eventually turn on the
Yeah.
Nazis and try to fight back.
That's Rick's transformation. Rick, right now, the snapshot of his character as it is at the beginning of the movie, and the way he portrays himself is the line, "I stick my neck out for no one, for nobody." All right, so he's cynical. He's only interested in money. But Renault proves the opposite. So there's a potential for Rick to change. He can be, dedicated. He can be loyal, and he can make decisions from the heart rather than the mind. Now look at how the scene is structured. How is the scene built? Where does it start, and how does it start?
Ulysses starts on the lighthouse image, which effectively says look into the future, bright future. Then goes down to Rick and Renault underneath the escape, the plane escape.
Which is a foreshadowing of the plane at the end of the movie. And the question is, is he going to be on it? Does he want to be on it? Does he want to escape Casablanca?
But then he walks back into the prison, which is his and then in there he interacts, he does his daily duties, what have you. But then he emerges out and walks up the stairs where he separates himself from the rest. And he's almost like a warden, where he gets the warning, don't help this guy because I care about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've always found that scene where Renault's character is established almost before too much of Rick's character.
Yeah. Now, if you look at the action, because Casablanca is a lot about the dialogue, right? But look at the action. So we're outside, it seems static. Then the dialogue, or rather the action moves inside as the dialogue becomes more important. As we get closer to what this scene is about, we go inside. It's almost like we go into the special world of this particular scene. Then, to get the money to pay out the guy who won, he needs to go to his vault, which is in most case, which is where the letters will be at some stage in the story. All right, and you see his shadow. Now we're going to talk what this story is going to be about. It's, as he does, the action in the background is all, and again, it's underscoring that he cares about people. He's willing to part with his money to help this person who's just won on the roulette. We see that he helps this young couple, get out of Casablanca by allowing them to win on the roulette. And I forgot whether this is the same money or not. It might be. But so he's actually giving his money away to help people. That's what he's doing. So it's not about the money. And that's the inmost cave. That's the truth about Rick. And it's when they're there at the inner sanctum of Rick's cafe, in his office, that's when we now hit the core of the story. We're now talking about the exit thesis. And it also shows that it's something deep that he deeply cares about, something deep inside the character of Rick. So it's a very strongly metaphoric representation of what this scene is about and what ultimately the whole movie is going to be about. So it's a beautifully constructed scene. You don't need to be aware of that when you watch the movie. I mean, no one is, but all that stuff works subliminally. And this is one of the reasons why people think this is an amazing film. And they may not realize why, but it just works. Damien? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
And so the other soldiers that are speaking Italian or whatever it is, like, are they just there for like?
No. That's another. One is Vichy, which is the Nazi, that's the French who are collaborating with the Nazis, and the others are just police. So they greet in a different way. One does the Hitler greeting, the other one does the. That's why you see the different colors. It also shows in Casablanca. Casablanca is this little no man's land where that's possible, where they work together in a way. And here Renault, same thing. He works. He with the Gestapo. He denies it, but we see how strong the influence is. So the whole, I mean, you can watch this 100 times. It's so much. It's so rich. All that stuff is happening. It feeds into the story. All subtext.
Call to adventure is don't do something. Is that right?
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
The same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When you get this opportunity, don't take it.
Yeah. That is, that's a good observation within the context of this scene. But that's not really the call to adventure of the movie.
Yeah.
Because you can say that sort of things happens in Casablanca. And people are asked to take sides, to pick sides. What is Casablanca? It's a romance. It's a love story. So the inciting incident really only happens when Elsa walks into the bar. That's a real inciting incident. But you can say, okay, well, there's a plot. It's a very rich film. It's a plot about the exit visas, but then there's a love story with each their own story points. Right? So different journeys have their own structure. You can't simplify and say, I keep saying that. When people say that story or that movie has 3 acts, it's never the movie. It's the character journey that has 3 acts. Okay? If you talk about story, sooner or later you're going to run into trouble because it's always the character. It's the character's intentions, it's the character's actions. And the character's emotions to response to events.
There's also a really strong subtext of power and threat. Like I noticed that when he was sort of talking to him and basically saying, we know what you're up to. We're prepared to let you go for the moment, but don't overstep your bounds, kind of thing. Like there was that
Yeah.
sort of power and control
Yeah,
going on underneath
totally.
all that banter.
Yeah, we're friends, but you can do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
We'll come
definitely.
down, yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Choose, great.
And that's an important point. Why? Because it adds tension. It adds tension between these two characters. The tone is light, but there's a sense of threat. So that adds tension, and therefore it is dramatic. It's important.
Is the structure also the fact that menacing up front, he has this massive sort of concrete building behind him where when you walk in sort of like a metaphor for him, he's this strong persona, but inside he's a lot.
Yeah, I think so.
You've got this, he's obviously very successful. It's not like they haven't put him in a small bar. They've put him in a place
Yeah.
that is concrete,
Yeah.
big, and
Yeah,
inside and it's light and
that's
like a street smart inside.
and that is consistent with his line, "I stick my neck out for no one." So he pretends he's stronger than that,
Yeah.
But ultimately, yes, he's vulnerable, and he'll be very vulnerable, obviously, as the story progresses. Good. Here's a scene. Here's an opening description of a scene. Can you tell what script this is from? There's a big 8 in the top left, which you would normally not put in your script. Which what that is, that 8?
Hate something of summer, isn't it?
It's day 8, yeah. It's day 8 from the 500 Days of Summer. So the screenwriter here takes a liberty. He puts these as chapter headings almost. You don't need it. You can say super if you want it to be on the screen. Make it a superimposed title. But he just writes it into the script with that particular font. Interior office lobby day. The office sings happy birthday to a female co-worker. When they get to the part about her name, Tom is the only one who knows it. Everyone else just there for the cake. Song over, everyone digs in. Tom finds himself standing next to Summer. It's Very simple introduction, you see? I'd say almost summarizing the action. Because when you write a scene, when you write a page in a script, you, at some stage, need to be aware of this ratio of 1 page per minute. You cannot divert too much from that. 1 page per minute. My feeling is that this is longer than the proportionate page real estate it takes. Okay? In film production, you subdivide your page in how many parts? Good, Emma. Thank you. Can tell who's made a film here. So, and by the way, obviously you also need to know that if you want to be successful. Emma's doing very well. Emma and Craig at the St Kilda Film Festival. Did we post it in the group? I don't think we did. Okay, let's do it. Let's post it there. You divide your page in 8s. And you're going to make notations on your shooting schedule. You decide how many 8s you're going to shoot for each setup or for each day. So each 8 represents an 1/8 of a minute. If this is 1/8, that then should be an 1/8 of a minute, which is how much? How much is an 1/8 of a minute? Roughly, just under 8 seconds, right? That takes a lot more than 8 seconds. The Office sings happy birthday to a female co-worker right there. That's half a minute. When they get to the part about her name, Tom's the only one who knows it. And then they dig into the cake. Tom finds himself standing next to Summer. That could be half a minute, 40 seconds. So it's not really 1 page per minute. Okay? It feels like a summary. So better would be to give it that space on the page and space it out. All right? That way it is a better reflection of the time it will take on the screen. Make sense?
Dialogue moves a lot faster than action though, so
You're right.
you probably catch up with all that dialogue.
It depends. It depends. In Casablanca, yeah. In Woody Allen movies, yes. Then there are movies where dialogue doesn't run that fast. Like this one. There's a lot of pauses in between the dialogue. It's not a comedy, it's not television. In television, you double space because it goes so fast. Here it's single space. Let's look at the scene. I think I've got it.